Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my dear students. Today we will discuss about the imbricate and auxiliary type of the estimation. How many types of the estimations are there? What is estimation?
4 types.
4 types. Very good. The arrangement of the sepals or petals in a floral bed, or the arrangement of the sepals, the mode of arrangement of sepals or petals in a floral bed with respect to the other members of the
Molds.
same floral, right? So valvate estimation. What is the example for valvate estimation?
Calotropes.
Calotropes, right? Regarding theory, in subjective point of view, what is estimation and describe about the different types of estimations. Diagrams also needed for the diagrams. Yesterday, how drawn the diagrams? Valvate estimation, the one diagram, and twisted estimation. Next, imbricate estimation, the auxiliary estimation. What is the name of this flower?
Hibiscus.
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 Right. How many petals are here?
Pentamerous.
5.
5.
5.
5 pentamerous.
Right. So this is the petal, one of the
Twisted
petal.
estimation.
Very good, twisted estimation. The one petal, the one edge is present, the outside. Is it visible, Nana, clearly?
Yes.
And the next, another edge is present inside.
Overlappment.
Yes, overlapping. The petals are the petal edges are overlapped on each other. The one of the edge is present completely inside. One of the edge is present completely inside, and another edge is present outside.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One of the petal. This is the one edge. One edge. Is it outside or inside?
Outside.
Outside.
Outside. Right. Next, that another edge of this petal, is it present outside or inside?
Inside.
Inside. Right. So in valvate estimation, the sepals or petals are not overlapped on each other.
Yes, sir. And they are all present outside.
Yes. Calotropis is example for the valvate type of the estimation. Okay, no?
Yes.
Right.
Sir, then a hibiscus is twisted estimation.
Yes, no, twisted estimation.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Clear? Have you seen clearly this arrangement of the petals and arrangement of the petals?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Sir, arrangement of sepal.
Arrangement of the sepal in this flower actually. 1 minute. Look here.
Sir, video not available, sir.
No?
The polycephalus.
Visible.
This is its calyx. So these are the apicalyx in this flower. Generally, just below the calyx, the small leaf-like structures are present. That's apicalyx. The small leaf-like structures are present. Apicalyx.
Sir, bracts.
Bract are absent here in this flower. Ebracteate. Small leaf-like structures are present below the calyx. Attached to the calyx, the small leaf-like structures. Apicalyx. Okay.
Yes, sir.
These are the apicalyx. Now the sepals. Look here. Sepals. How many sepals are here?
5.
Five. Five sepals.
5 sepals.
5 sepals, right. The 5 sepals are edges do not overlap on each other.
Valvate type of.
Valvate type of estivation.
Valvate type of estivation.
Valvate type of estivation.
Yes, but as per NCERT, it's given. It's given as per NCERT.
Calotropis.
Given valvate estivation is Calotropis.
So it's polycephalus, no, sir?
Sir, it is gamocephalus.
Pentamerous flower.
So it is
Gamocephalus.
It is gamma petalus, no, sir?
Gamocephalus. Sepals are fused. Pentamerous. 5 sepals are present in a flower.
Yes, sir.
So this is one, and second, third, fourth, fifth one. Five sepals are there. Pentamerous flower. It's pentamerous flower.
Sir, Pallier gamma, sir.
The petals, here I separated the petals. The petals. Look here, the one edge out. One of the petal, one edge is present outside and the other edge is present
Inside.
inside. Like that, rest of them are also arranged. So it is example for the twisted type of the estivation.
Estivation.
Okay, na? What is the estivation? In its example for the twisted type of the estivation. The one petal. The one petal, look here.
Overlaps on each other.
This is one of the petal. The one edge is inside and the other one is another edge is the next succeeding petals. Rest of the petals, one edge is inside and another one is the outside. Next succeeding petals. Next petals, the one edge inside, another one is the outside. So this is the corolla petals arrangement is twisted. Okay. So as per NCERT, the given example for the twisted type of estivation, one is China rose, second one is lady's finger, and third one is the cotton. So twisted estivation is seen in option 1 is China rose, option 2 is lady's finger, option 3 is cotton.
Option for all of this.
Option
for all of the above.
Very good. Regarding the objective point of view, valvate estivation is seen in option 1 Calotropis, option 2 is China rose, option 3 is lady's finger, option 4 is cotton.
Calotropis.
Option one.
Optionalita. Is it cymose or racemose type of the inflorescence?
Cymose type of inflorescence.
Very good.
Thymos inflorescence, sir.
Thymos.
Very good. So here, look here, in this inflorescence, the stalk of the peduncle, the stalk of the inflorescence peduncle. And this is stalk of the flower, pedicel. The inflorescence terminates with a single flower. The inflorescence terminates with a single flower. Solitary cymose. Okay, na? This is the peduncle,
Yes.
and this one is stalk of the flower.
Pedicel.
It's the cymose type of the inflorescence.
So can you show the estivation?
Sir, peduncle
Especially
is
the
seen in cymose, no, sir?
Cymose, solitary cymose. Estivation of petals
Can
are
you show
arranged in twisted estivation. Okay, na? Do you have any doubts now regarding this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Right. Okay, in next, the imbricate estivation. The third type of the estivation is imbricate. The imbricate estivation is seen in Casey and Gulmohar. In imbricate type of the estivation, so it's a imbricate type of the estivation. In imbricate type of the estivation, the one member, two edges present completely inside, and the other member, two edges present completely outside. The rest of the three members, one edge is present outside and the other edge is present inside. Okay, so overlapping is there. Overlapping is in how many types of estivation? Among the four?
Three types.
Three types.
Only
Three types: twisted, imbricate, and vexillary type of the estivation. So there is no overlapping. The members are not overlapped on each other in valvate type of the estivation. In imbricate type of estivation, the overlapping is there, but not in any particular direction. Okay. Look here in this. Already have seen this. The arrangement of the petals in a hibiscus roja sinensis flower. In this flower, the petals, one member, each of the member, one edge is present outside and another edge is present inside. It's in one particular direction. Whereas in imbricate type of the estivation, the overlapping is there, but not in any particular direction. So imbricate type of the estivation is seen in Cassia and Gulmohar. Cassia and Gulmohar flowers. Okay, now? Do you have any doubts now regarding this?
No doubt.
No doubt, sir.
Right.
No doubt, sir.
Now, examples, highlight examples important for both subjective and objective. Right. Next, the auxiliary or polyanaceous estivation. In auxiliary or polyanaceous estivation, one of the petal is the large in size. Large in size. It's the edges of the large petal overlap the two lateral petals. So these are known as wing petals, wings. And two small size of the petals are present towards the anterior side. Two small size of the petals are present towards the anterior side of the flower. Anterior side, and this is the posterior side of the flower. So five petals. Among these five, the one of the petal is called as a standard petal. Standard petal. The standard petal is large in size when compared with other petals. The standard petal is located towards the posterior side of the flower. Posterior side of the flower. What is posterior? Which side is called posterior? And which side of the flower is called anterior?
End side is called posterior, starting is called anterior.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's the difference between bracts and sepals?
Bract is the small leaf-like structure present at the base of the pedicel. Small leaf-like structure.
Sepal is the same thing, right, sir?
Sepal is the segment or part of the calyx.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sepal. So it's sepal. In this diagrammatic representation, the segment members of calyx, known as sepals. And here the small leaf-like structure present at the base of the flower, that is called bract. Is it clear to me? Right. So this is the axis of the inflorescence. Axis of the inflorescence. Suppose racemose type of the inflorescence. Towards the axis side of towards the floral axis, that's called as posterior side. Next, opposite to the axis towards, supposing the bract is present here, towards the bract side, that's called as the anterior side of the flower. Towards the inflorescence axis is posterior side. Clear where it's located? The standard petal is located towards the posterior side of the flower. Anterior petals, the two small sides of the petals are located towards the anterior side of the flower. So standard petal is located towards which side?
Posterior side.
Posterior side. In
Posterior side.
pea plants flowers and in beans plants flowers. In corolla, 5 petals are there. Among those, the 5 petals, the one of the petal is large in size. The large size of the petal is called standard petal. The standard petal is located towards the posterior side, whereas the two lateral petals are known as wing petals, and the smallest petals are fused with each other. The two smallest petals are fused. The two smallest petals are known as the keel petals. The keel petals are fused with each other. Both the petals are fused with each other. So it's indicate the fusion, the united two petals. Okay, so for standard petal is located towards the posterior side. The standard petal is large in size. The edges of the standard petal overlap the late two wing petals, lateral petals. The two wing petals edges overlap the two keel petals. The small size of the petals, two are fused. Such petals are called as keel petals. The keel petals are located towards anterior side of the flower. Okay? Do you have any doubts regarding this?
No doubt.
No, sir.
Okay. In this, regarding this, in objective point of view, vexillary or papilionaceous estivation is seen in vexillary
P and bean.
or papilionaceous.
Pea and bean.
Very good. Papilionaceous estivation is seen in option 1 is Acacia and Gulmohar. Option 2 is Calotropis. Option 3 is P and beans plants first. Option 4 is China rose. What is the answer?
3 P and bean.
Third option.
Option 3.
Right. In vexillary or papilionaceous estivation, standard petal is located. Option 1 is
Posteriorly.
towards anterior side. Option 2 is towards posterior side. Option 3 is 1 and 2. Option 4 is none of these.
Second option.
Very good. Second option is correct. Keel petals are located
Second.
in a vexillary estivation. The keel petals are located towards very good.
Anterior.
Anterior side. First option is correct.
Option 1.
Yes. Option 1 is the correct. Okay, next third whorl of the flower. The third whorl of the flower. What is the name of the third whorl of the flower?
Andrecium.
Andrecium. Yes. The outermost whorl. Generally, it's calyx. Calyx is the outermost whorl. The segments of the calyx known as sepals, like
Sir, gamocephalous, sir.
gamocephalous. Sepals are fused, right? Next is the second whorl. The second whorl of the flower,
Corolla.
corolla.
So, but episepals, sir, you told us, sir.
That's
They are-
epicalyx. Epicalyx. Epicalyx is absent in most of the plants. It's epicalyx is present in the Malvaceae family, hibiscus. Generally, in majority of the plant species, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. 4 floral parts are there. As for
So the
instance,
epicalyx are not fused, no, sir.
epicalyx, are free. Epicalyx.
So then it is polycephalous, sir.
These are called bracteoles. 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 Bracteoles are attached to the calyx, then it's called epicalyx. Bracteoles are attached to the calyx.
Sir, bracteolus from the words means bract containing flower, no, sir.
In some of the plant species, as per exactly what is given a bract. What is bract? The small leaf-like structure is present at
Bottom
base
of the pedicel.
at base of the flower. That's called as bract. In some of the plant species, the leaf-like structures, the small leaf-like structures are present just above the bract. These are called
Bracteoles.
bracteoles. Bracteoles. Generally, bracteoles not given in NCERT. It's not there. No need to write. Bracteoles. Epicalyx is also not there. It is not there in our syllabus. If the bracteoles are attached to the calyx, that is called epicalyx. Epicalyx.
Sir, epicalyx will be outer or inner, sir.
Yes, no? Epicalyx.
Is outer or inner, sir? Sir means outer or inner to calyx.
Epicalyx is outermost whorl. If epicalyx is there, first epicalyx, then calyx, next androecium, epicalyx, calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Right?
Yes, sir.
So it also performs the function of protection of flower during the bud stage.
Yes, no. Here both epicalyx and calyx is both gives protection to the inner parts whenever the flower is budding condition.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. You're welcome.
Sir,
Bracteoles, epicalyx, not there. Don't try it. It's not there in your syllabus.
Yes, sir.
sir,
Yes.
sir, what is difference between floral appendages and whorls, sir?
Floral appendages.
And whorls, WHORLS.
That's floral appendages are arranged in whorls. Suppose here already have seen the segments of the calyx. The calyx is arranged in one whorl, floral appendages. Arranged in one whorl. Corolla is arranged in one whorl. How many sepals? Four sepals in this calyx. Next, petals number. The petals are arranged in one whorl, one circle. Floral appendages. So these are arranged in a whorls. The calyx consists of the sepals. The sepals are arranged in one whorl. Corolla is arranged. Corolla is the second floral appendages. And androecium. The androecium is consists of several segments. The segments of androecium known as stamens. So stamens are arranged in a one whorl. One whorl. Is it clear now?
Word is nothing but cyclic manner, no sir.
Yes, cyclic manner only. Whorl means nothing but a cyclic manner. Look.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Anna. It's a cyclic manner.
Sir, holes are present on thalamus, sir.
Floral appendages. On thalamus, on condensed thalamus. What is thalamus? Stalk of the terminal ring, stalk of the flower is a pedicel. So here thalamus is consist of the whorls, the floral appendages.
Yes, sir.
Right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, androecium. The third whorl of the flower, androecium. Androecium, the units of androecium or the members of androecium known as stamens. Okay, here I drawn how many members?
5.
One member, 5. Second member, third member, fourth member, fifth member. Already outlined about the characteristics of angiosperms group of the plants. Stamen is the male sex organ. Stamen is male reproductive organ. Each stamen is consists of
Anther and filament.
two parts.
Filament and anther.
Yes, the filament and anther. Filament, stalk of the stamen. Here I drawn one stamen.
Filament.
Yes, stamen is consist of stalk, the stalk or a filament, and upper, the terminal swollen part of the stamen is called as anther.
Anther.
Yes. So each stamen is consist of mainly how many parts, sir? Two parts.
2 parts.
Two parts, very good. Filament and anther. The anther is made of two lobes generally. The anther is made of two lobes. Okay, here I drawn separately anther. So this is one lobe and second. Filament. How many lobes are there in anther?
2 lobes.
Generally, two lobes are there. So if the two lobes are present in anther, that is called diadecous. Diadecous anther. Diadecous means here the two lobes, that means two. Two lobes are present in the anther. That's called as diadecous anther. Each lobe is consist of two chambers. Two chambers are there in each lobe. How many chambers are there in each lobe?
2 chambers.
Two chambers.
2 chambers. Means in a didicous sand, how many chambers are present?
4 chambers.
4 chambers. Very
Four
good.
chambers.
4 chambers. Okay. It's a transverse section. In transverse section of the anther, TS of anther appears like this. Okay, and this is one chamber, second chamber, one chamber, second chamber, right? Next, this is the another lobe. Each lobe is this one lobe consists of 2 chambers. Next lobe, another lobe, consists of 2 chambers. So 1 chamber and second chamber. So altogether, how many chambers are present in a didicous anther? 4 chambers. 4 chambers, right? So these are the pollen sac. These are also called as pollen sacs. The pollen grains are produced in a chambers. Pollen grains are produced. Pollen grains are produced in a chambers. So these chambers are also known as pollen sacs. Pollen sacs. Here, the spherical shaped structures are represents the pollen grains. Small spherical shaped structures are represents the pollen grains. So the pollen chambers are involved in the production of a pollen grains. Okay, now? Do you have any doubts now regarding this?
No, sir.
No doubt.
Right. So what is the function of anther? The anther is involved in the production of pollen grains. Pollen grains. The anther is involved in the production of pollen grains. In some of the plant species flowers, sterile stamens are present. The sterile stamens are called as staminode. Sterile stamen is called staminode. In theory, subjective point of view, 1 mark question. What is staminode? What is staminode? Sterile stamen is called staminode. What is staminode?
pollen grains, sir.
The sterile stamens do not produce the pollen grains. Generally, in most of the plants flowers, all the stamens, all the stamens produces the pollen grains. The pollen grains produced stamens are called as fertile stamens. Fertile stamens. But in some of the plant species, in some of the plant species flowers, the few stamens do not produce the pollen grains. Such stamens are sterile stamens. Sterile stamens are called as staminodes. Staminodes. Sterile stamens are called as staminodes. Okay, here the 1 mark question regarding this concept. What is staminode? Sterile stamen is called staminode. Do you have any doubts regarding this?
No, sir.
No doubt.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So whereas in objective
Sir,
point,
why are they not able to produce pollen grains, sir?
That's nature. Suppose in the acacia plants, in the 10 flowers are there, 10 stamens are there in
Yes, sir.
each flower, 10 stamens. Among these 10 stamens, majority of the stamens are able to produce pollen grains. Majority of the stamens. So here one stamen, the second, third stamen, fourth stamen, fifth stamen, sixth stamen, seventh stamen. Majority of the stamens are produces the pollen grains. Majority of the stamens are able to produce the pollen grains. But few of the stamens are not able to produce the pollen grains. So such stamens are called as stamens. Here,
Sir, staminodes presents of with fertile stamens, sir.
staminodes are the sterile stamens, not fertile. Do not produce the
Sir.
pollen. Yes.
Sir, staminodes present along with fertile stamens, sir.
Yes, along with the fertile stamen. Generally, here in hibiscus, several stamens are there, no? Look here, these are the stamens.
Yes, sir.
All the stamens in this flower, all the stamens produces the pollen grains. In majority of the plants. Suppose pea plant, 10 stamens are there. All the 10 stamens are able to produce the pollen grains. Datura plant, thorn apple, flower. Already have seen that thorn apple.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
5 stamens are there in the datura plant's flower, each flower. All the stamens are produces the pollen grains. Generally, in majority of the plant species flowers, all the stamens are able to produce the pollen grains. Whereas in few of the plant species flowers, few
Sir, for
stamens.
example,
Cassia.
The few of the stamens do not produce the pollen grains. So these stamens are called as staminodes. Sterile stamens are called as staminodes. Here regarding this in theory, subjective point of view, that's one more question is what is a staminode? Sterile stamen is called staminode. What is the answer? Sterile stamen is called staminode. Next, whereas in objective point of view, staminode is in a KCET or in NEET examination, staminode is option 1 is fertile stamen. Option 2 is sterile stamen.
option 2.
Option 2, sir.
Option 3, very good, sterile stamen. Second option is the correct answer.
Option 2, sir. Stamen.
Very good, option 2 is the correct answer. Option 4, none of this. Right. So in androecium, in some of the plant species, the stamens are attached to the petals. Stamens are attached to the petals. So that is known as epipetalous.
Sir, petals are attached to stamen, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Epipetalis. Epipetalis. Stamens are attached to the petals. Epipetalis. Generally, in some of the plant species, the stamens do not attach to the petal. Whereas in some of the plant species, the stamen attached to the petal. That is called as epipetalis.
Sir, how they will attach, sir?
Epipetalis. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, how they will attach, sir?
With the help of the filament. The filaments are attached. The filament.
Sir, filament attached to or no, sir?
In generally in majority of the plant species, stamens are attached to the thalamus part. In some of the plant species, the stamens are attached to the petals. That is called epipetalis.
Sir, sir, thalamus will give rise to stamen, no, sir?
Thalamus, shape of the thalamus produces the floral appendages. That varies. Shape of the thalamus is varies. In some of the plant species, thalamus appears like convex.
Sometimes it may cover ovary.
Yes, that's maybe appears like a cup-shaped, concave, convex, like a saucer, like several that's appeared in different shapes. So that's depending upon that shape. In some of the plant species, the stamens are attached. Base of the stamens are attached to the base of the stamen means filament. Attached to the petals. Epipetalis. Epipetalis condition is seen in brinjal, plants. One more question regarding this.
So can you tell the definition once again, sir, of epipetalis?
Epipetalis. The stamens are attached to the petals, known as epipetalis. The stamens are attached to the petals, known as epipetalis.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, always stamens consists of two lobes, sir.
Stamen
Always consists of two lobes, sir.
generally
Means anther.
Generally, in majority of the plants, the anther consists of two lobes, whereas in a Malvaceae family, hibiscus, one lobe is present. That is called monodicous anther. Monodicous is so it is not monodicous, and that in Malvaceae family, in hibiscus plant species, the anther consists of a one lobe. Majority of the plants, the anther consists of two lobes, bilobed anther.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Epipetalis means so
Sir, in
regarding
hibiscus, monothecous anther is present, sir.
what
Sir, in
are
hibiscus, sir, in hibiscus, monothecous anther or dithecous anther, sir?
anther is
Monothecous.
monodicous in hibiscus.
Sir.
Is it clear now?
What is the term
Clear,
difference
sir.
between monothecous and sir? What is the term difference between bilobed and dithecous, sir?
Bilobed means the dithecous anther is consist of two lobes now.
So both are same. So
Lobe. Same. Dithecous. Bilobed. Deca means lobe. Dithecous. Two lobes are there. In monodicous, Mono means one lobed anther is called monothecous. Is it
So
clear?
example for that?
Yes, sir.
Monothecous.
Monothecous hibiscus.
Okay, sir.
Right, hibiscus, that's all. This is there is the flower. This hibiscus plant flowers, the anther is consist of a one lobe. Right. So regarding this, in theory, what is epipetalous? And give one example. Epipetalous means the stamens are attached to the petals, known as epipetalous, and example is the brinjal. Whereas in objective point of view, epipetalous condition is in option 1 is brinjal, option 2 is lily,
Option 1 brinjal.
option 3 is pea plants, option 4 is none of these. What is the answer?
Brinjal,
Option
sir.
1. Sure.
Option 1 brinjal is the correct answer.
Sir, option 1 brinjal.
Right. Option 1 is the correct answer, brinjal. Right. In some of the plant species, the stamens are attached to the perianth. The stamens are attached to the perianth, that is called epiphyllus. Epiphyllus. Perianth. Here in this flower, what is the color of the calyx?
Green.
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 Green in color. The coral lines appeared in another color, no?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Different. Now here, in these flowers, non-essential organs are appeared in different colors. Whereas in monocotyledonous plant species, there is no variation. Both are appeared in same color in monocotyledonous plant species. The calyx and corolla differentiation is not there in non-essential organs of the monocotyledons. How many classes of angiosperms are there?
Two classes.
Two classes.
Two.
There one is dicots and second is the monocot. Monocot. So lily plant belongs to the monocotyledons. Lily, onion, grass plants, wheat plants, maize plants, chover, sugarcane, ragi. So monocotyledons plant species. In monocotyledons plant species, the non-essential organs do not differentiate into calyx and corolla. That's known as such non-essential organs known as perianth. Perianth.
Sir, but sepal and petals are there, no, sir?
Such members are called in perianth. The members are called tepals. Tepals. Calyx, corolla, differentiation is there. The segments of the calyx, sepal, the member of the corolla petal. The member of the corolla is called a petal. If there is no differentiation, means the such members are called tepals. Perianth members are called tepals. In lily plant species, the stamens are attached to the perianth, that is called as epiphyllus. The stamens are attached. Stamens are attached to the perianth, that is called epiphyllus. What is epiphyllus? What is epipetalous?
The stamens are attached to the
The
petals.
stamens are attached to petals.
Very good. The stamens are attached to the petals known as epipetalous. The stamens are attached to the perianth, that's called as
Perianth.
epiphyllus. Epiphyllus
Sir,
is
what is perianth, sir, exactly?
perianth means there is no differentiation of the calyx and corolla. In these flowers, here we have seen that flower, so calyx is appeared in one color, green in color, corolla is appeared in another color.
Yes, sir.
In more, that color variation is there. In
Sir, perianth is group of tepals, sir.
perianth, the perianth is the non-essential organs. There is no differentiation of calyx and corolla.
Sir,
There is
can we
no-
say
Sir, in
perianth?
bougainvillea,
Yes.
can we say bougainvillea as the example for perianth type of
Ex-
plants?
Perianth example, sir.
Lily,
Yes, sir,
sir.
bougainvillea.
Which one? Huh?
Sir, for perianth type of plants, what's the example?
Perianth example. Perianth is present in rice, wheat, maize, lily flowers,
Grass,
grass plants,
banana.
Onion.
maize, okay, grasses, wheat, sugarcane. In those flowers, there is no differentiation of calyx and corolla. Is it clear?
Sir, can we say perianth as group of tepals, sir?
Perianth, a group of tepals. Yes, tepals. Tepals. The members of perianth is called tepal. Is it clear?
Sir, perianth is arranged in 2 rows.
That's arranged in 2 rows. For example, in allium, garlic, onion, lily, garlic.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
After this case syllabus, is there an examination from leave to whatever I taught today regarding the antivision? It's also there included in the test syllabus. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any doubts are there regarding this today's session?
No doubts.
Okay. Thank you, my dear friends. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye,
Bye.
sir.
Okay.